Hi, this is Joe again with another review. Excuse me. For the sake of this video, I'm going to continue discussing the James Bond movies. Because one of the key ones I was portraying, not all of them, but some Bond films, so I'm doing reviews of them. I'm doing the review of the 1974 film, The Man with the Golden Gun, starring Roger Moore as James Bond. As a matter of fact, this was the second film that Roger Moore did as playing James Bond. And of course, this one also stars Christopher Lee, Maud Adams as the first of two films that Maud Adams does. In the James Bond, she's playing a Bond girl, and she plays like a smaller role here. But she plays in this one, she plays Christopher Lee's girlfriend in this movie. And then later on, like 9 years later, she comes back and plays Octopussy in the 1983 Bond film Octopussy, also with Roger Moore. And of course, this one you also would have, I forgot who the actress who played Bond's associate, Miss Goodnight, but she was hot. She was smoking hot, this girl. But which we'll get into later on. Well, so was Maud Adams hot. But I should also mention that she also has the actor who played Tattoo in the television show Fantasy Island, I can't pronounce it last name. Have Verche. Because he played Tattoo. Because you're playing. Fantasy Island. He plays Caramanga's henchman, Nick Nack. And it was the only time we actually have a midget in the Bond movies as a henchman. And of course, he was also known as the top character. Of course, this movie, unlike some of the other Bond films, especially when I guess reviewed Dying on a Day with Pierce Brosnan, instead of having like those crazy, silly, over the top plots, particularly the ones in the Pierce Brosnan films, this one is a little more grounded and it makes a little more sense, and it's really I think it's not the greatest Bond film, but at least this one has a pretty damn good plot in it. This one, I do like the premise of this one better than some of the Roger Moore films. This one, Christopher Lee plays Scaramanga, I believe his name is pronounced, who is the world's most greatest assassin. I mean, you can kill anybody with one bullet, but being hundreds if not thousands of miles away, thousands of feet away, kill somebody with a single shot, and it was a golden bullet. And he earned or made his own gun out of gold, and it's only a gun like that is made and given to somebody who is the greatest assassin. And this movie, he is gunning, Scaramanga is gunning for James Bond because he figures he's the greatest super agent and a super spy for the British Secret Service, and he's probably the greatest shot in the world as well as a spy. So I figured. Someone said, okay, so they're the greatest assassin, and so is he, with the two best killers in the world. Let's have it out. So that premise I kind of like as a premise, but the problem is that it takes way too long to get to that premise, or to get to the duel between the two guys, which because this is like just over 2 hours, just a little more than 2 hours. And it takes them approximately an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes, or an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes just to get to that duel. So to me, it's like way too long to get to that duel. And that's what you wanted to see, the duel between these two guys, Bond and Scaramanga. That's what you wanted to see. And of course, Christopher Lee always plays a good villain. And of course, from Dracula to two Star Wars prequels he did. He always plays a good villain. He always has that great voice, and the menacing voice. And not just his actions on screen, but the menacing voice he has. At least in The Man with the Golden Gun, unlike the Star Wars prequels he did, at least he was young enough and was able to do all the physical action between himself and Bond. Because in the Star Wars prequels, he had to have like a body double, or his head digitally put on the body double. in the Star Wars prequels. But in here, Theron was gave a great performance. And so did the actor who played Nick Nack. Tattoo. They're playing. He also gave a great performance as Nick, even though he was an annoying little shit. I have to say that. But he was also good in this film, and this movie, and of course the one who played Miss Goodnight. Like I said, she was also very good. She was also smoking hot, like most Bond girls are. But of course, there's one problem I have in this movie, at least with her character. She played like dumb throughout most of this movie, particularly towards the end of it. And of course, there's one problem is that she does get captured at the end by Scaramanga, and he puts her into a bikini and forces her to wear a bikini for the rest of the movie. And she does have a great body. I mean, I'm not saying she doesn't. She has a great bikini, and like most of the Bond girls, they do have a great bikini body. And to me, it's not a Bond movie unless you see a smoking hot girl in a bikini. Most of the Bond girls, like it's For Russia Love, you didn't see Tanya in a bikini, or when you didn't see Pussy Galore in a bikini. You see other girls, and you didn't see Mon Adams in a bikini though. But you see Miss Goodnight in a bikini, and she does have a great body. And it's like, damn. And you're like, what is the purpose of her being in a bikini? There's absolutely no rationale. Even though Christopher Lee gives an explanation, he said, hey, what the hell is she doing? And Bond makes a comment and says, you're a little underdressed, aren't you? And Christopher Lee says, oh, the reason why because I like women in bikinis, and I like the fact that there's very few hiding places for her to hide a weapon. I know she's a spy too, just like you are. Both from the same spy agency. And it was like almost the same kind of a line that was used in this episode of the live-action television show of Spider-Man called The Deadly Dust. And you can check out that episode on YouTube where Joanna Cameron, of course, a couple of years earlier, she played the part of Isis on a television show on the Saturday morning kids show called The Adventures of Isis, and Joanna Cameron's character in the episode of The Deadly Dust of Spider-Man gets captured by the villain, and she is wearing a white bikini, and she does have a great body too, Joanna Cameron at the time. And he says, well, why do I have to dress like this? And the villain says the same line that Christopher Lee says, oh, because I like women in bikinis, and I feel safer if I know we don't have any hiding places for weapons. I think the same line, even though the Spider-Man episode happens like 4 years later after this movie, but they use they both have the same line in it as to why the villain might have the girls in bikinis. But of course, like I said earlier, the best highlight in this movie is, of course, the duel between finally have the duel between Bond and Scaramanga. Of course, in the film, Christopher Lee works with this underworld figure in again, it was in Korea this time, or China or something, and they grab Bond and put him into like this karate school. And he has to fight all these students, and the CIA agent that he was working with in China or Japan, wherever the hell it was, has his two daughters with him, and he says, and Bond's trying to help protect the daughters so they wouldn't be in the fight. And meanwhile they help Bond in the fight and defeat the villains. And he says, "Hey, what? I want to protect the two girls." And the guy said, and the Asian agent says, "Oh, because they went to karate school because their uncle or their father, runs a karate school, and they're or his two best students, karate students. So they kicked everybody's ass, and it was pretty funny. He escapes, but of course the most annoying thing with the man with the golden gun, I have to mention, is that Clifton James, who was in the film before, played J.W. Pepper, or J.R. Pepper, the sheriff in New Orleans, in Live and Let Die. The first film that Roger Moore did, as James Bond, he appears again in this movie, and he totally screws up everything. I mean, it was an annoying cameo, And I mean, other than Jaws, played by Richard Kiel, this character was the only other character to appear in more than one Bond movie. And you know, in terms of guys, I mean, there was one like Sylvia Trench, who was in Doctor No, and she did one scene in Russia with Love with Bond. Those are the only. Excuse me with the phone here. Okay, sorry about that. There were the only two characters that appeared in more than one Bond film, and I thought that was just, you know, that's an annoying thing. I mean, the Sylvia Trench being in the second Russia with Love, that wasn't too annoying because at least it followed the continuity. At least with the movies, had some continuity to it. But to have her in the second, to have this Sheriff Pepper character in the second, Man with the Golden Gun was just an annoying bit. And say, hey, no, you're the secret agent guy. And with his big mouth, and hey, here's the secret agent guy. I mean, really? But you know, except for that sequence and the bit with the karate school, this movie was not, you know, was a pretty good second film that Roger Moore did. It doesn't get as campy as maybe some of the other ones, but this movie was not that bad as for a film. And I do like it because, you know, I like Christopher Lee, and I like Nick Nack, and I like two girls, and Maud Adams and the other girls in the movie. I'm sorry if I'm blanking out on her name, but you know, I like the presence between the two best assassins. That was good. All that stuff, despite the campaigns with the Karate School and the J.R. Pepper character, that was sort of a distraction for the film, and the how long it took to get to the duel between the two actors. Other than those nitpicks, you know, I do like the film, and since I am a Bond fan, I do like the film. So that's my review of The Man with the Golden Gun. Please click on the video, please rate it, feel free to comment on it, please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at rallyc.com, that's all WDY, lastc.com, that's our homepage to Rally Reviewer, Chris Lee Moore. You can check out all of his videos on his website as well. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.